What are the main policy challenges faced by FTTCI?
If you are coming out with any circular GOs, which the government intended to do, they should come to the industry first.
किसी भी चीज के लिए सिटीजन्स का बहुत बड़ा रोल होता है.
Request the citizens that unless until we are not going to use the best practices to how to dispose the plastic or any other commodity.
People are also not aware they are using and throwing here and there. They should be aware about that after using there is a chance of recycling.
The littering habits of the citizens, the things are moving very brighter side in the foreign country.
Yes.
Whereas in India it is not happening, even though the government is making a lot of awareness.
Namaskar. Welcome to HYBIZTV. I'm Shashira. Today we have Sri Anil Reddi Venna, a renowned industrialist and technical director of Naya Strap Private Limited, Hyderabad. He is also the Vice President of the All India Plastics Manufacturers Association and Indian Plastic Institute, and has been a key leader at FTCCI for over 20 years. Welcome to HYBIZTV, sir. I'm Shashira. First of all, could you tell me about your early life, like schooling, education, and how you started your career?
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. I really appreciate the IBs and your activities. My schooling was in Karimnagar, that is the district headquarter those days, St. John's High School, Karimnagar. And after completion of schooling, I came to Hyderabad for intermediate and then engineering at Kottagudem School of Mines.
Okay.
After completion of engineering, I did my 1 year diploma course in computer sciences. Then after that, I joined my family business.
Okay.
This business we started in 1973 by my father. So that is the area where we started our journey from 1973 onwards. So
what is the this business or family business you started?
we are into the manufacturing of packaging materials, plastics.
Okay. Right now you are also joining this.
Yeah. So after schooling and college, then I started joined the my business, family business. Initially, even though my background was totally different. We are agriculture family side, so I wanted to learn a lot of things from the grassroots level. So I had not joined directly into the main business side. I initially joined at the floor shop at factory. Then I learned a lot of things at the floor shop, where I could see how the machines are running, how the operators works together, how the labor coordination will be there. There was a main area where I had learned a lot of things, and later on I came to administration side, where initially I was joined in the purchase side. Then after that I went to the marketing side, and after completion of all this, I mean factory level, purchase side, marketing side. After 2 years, I have been inducted as a director in my company. So since then, after induction as a technical director, then I was continuously working hard and looking after the all the areas like production and marketing, purchase, and everything. And we initially, when our unit started in 1973, we could not do much till 80s, because strapping was, I mean, this product was very new to the Indian market. We introduced this product, our product, whatever we used to manufacture, box strapping, in 1973. It was a product brought from the Japan.
Okay.
The know-how was brought from Japan, machinery was brought from Japan, and it took some time to give the trials to the Indian industry, Indian business people, how to use this commodity, what is the purpose of this. So it took almost 7 to 8 years for us to went into the market. So after 80s, 1 year we did very good, and immediately after that, it is a Gulf War was there in 1982. Then that was again very slag business. After Gulf War and a lot of initiatives taken with the government of India and state government supports, we could do a lot of better business brought one more industry, one more machine. We started another industry. Like that, we have grown day by day, and by end of 2000, from 1973 to 2020, 7 years, we had 3 units. Initial production to the last production of 2000, we had increased almost from 200 kgs per day to 1000 kgs per day. That was a growth we had seen in our industry. So later on, after 2000, again there was a small gap between the environment side, because our product was not directly affected by the environment side, but in general plastic was got affected by the environment due to the littering habits of the general public, the carry bags and other issues. They used to throw it on the garbage. So huge lot of mess was there in the municipal solid waste. So this created some environmental issues. At that time, NGOs wanted to ban the plastics,
Yes.
but ultimately,
Every time we
yeah,
hear about that.
we see there's a regular slogan of the NGOs and some officials that day that we wanted to ban plastics. But I think the present generation or even any generation will not digest. Banning plastic is not the idea for the solution.
Yes.
The best solution is how best we can litter the product, how best we can store the product and send it to the recycling. So there we have got a value for it. Now the present scenario, if you see, after 2016, the government of India started how best we can use the recycling. So from 2000, 2001 onwards, continuous development took place, continuous NGO actions were taken, and finally the government of India had taken an initiative to ban certain products which is creating a lot of mess in the municipal
Actually, people
corporation.
are also not aware. They are using and throwing here and there.
Yes.
They should be aware about that. That after using, there is a chance of recycling.
Yeah, but unfortunately,
They don't know.
we the citizens, even though we are educated, unfortunately we are not using that sort of mechanism, littering habits as on date. If you say that even our own houses, in the morning we put the dustbin with a mix of everything, dry waste, waste weight, everything we are putting in the same bucket of municipal solid waste, and the municipality people are carrying the same thing, and they are dumping in the regular dump yard. So that is not the way where you are supposed to do. If you go to the foreign country, there are a lot of changes they do. I mean, for wet waste is different, plastic is different, glass is different, paper is different. So whatever the commodity we throw, we have different dustbins. Accordingly, they will lift it. Accordingly, it will send to the recycling. And based on that, the littering habits of the citizens, the things are moving very brighter side in the foreign country.
Yes.
Whereas in India, it is not happening. Even though the government is making a lot of awareness, the educated citizens also trying to do lot of things. But unfortunately, still, I should not say that the mentality of the Indian citizen.
In India, breaking rules, they are thinking that we are doing something
Yes.
courageous.
So that is one of the negative point for the
Yes.
Indian citizens. So we only say that, and we wanted to request the citizens that unless until we are not going to use the best practices to how to dispose the plastic or any other commodity waste. If you see in our olden days, whatever the newspaper we get, we normally at the end of the day we keep it aside, and at the end of the 2 months or 1 month we'll stag it and send it to the recycler, or we'll give it to the kabadiwala. So like that, there are people who collect plastic waste, and it has a value. Paper, it is hardly 10 rupees kg or 15 rupees kg.
Yes.
Whereas plastics, without mixing with any solid waste, or if it is a good plastic, you will get almost 50 to 60 rupees per kg. So this is an area where the Indian citizens should understand, and it has to be sent to the recycling centers. Now, after taking the total the issues related to the dump yards, GHMC issues in all the states, the government of India had come up with a slogan that sustainability is the uh, future for the plastics. Now recycling and sustainability, circular economy has started. So now with plastic recycling and sustainability taking place, circular economy taking place, the value of the plastic has gone up. Now, if you see today, the cost of the recycled process granules is costlier than the virgin raw material. Virgin raw material, just I'm giving an example, if you say it's 100 rupees per kg, recycling products, it will get at 110 rupees, 120 rupees per kg. So that is the value
Because the
here.
process again, they
Yes, the
yes.
process and the best part is earlier. I mean, if you see back to the 7 8 years back, if you see the kabadiwala or the rack pickers, they used to get hardly 5 7 rupees. That is not even sufficient for their day meal. But now the rack pickers also getting very good money. If I am not wrong, any rack picker, those who are lifting the plastic waste on the roads, they are getting roughly 300 to 400 rupees per day. So whatever the I mean, that is a value creation now. So we have to appreciate the rack pickers and the municipal GHMC people, the work they are doing, the best of the work they are doing now. And the government, any state government, everybody is trying their level best to improve the standards of the hygiene. So even the citizens should also be part of that
Yes.
slogan, and we have to move forward. Then automatically, where we can reduce the national resources.
किसी भी चीज के लिए सिटीजन्स का बहुत बड़ा रोल होता है.
Yes.
दे हैव टू प्ले बट दे
अनलेस
आर
अनटिल
नॉट
वो लोग मतलब जो ऐसा है ना कि अगर से आपको कोई प्रोडक्ट मैं बनाता हूँ, वो प्रोडक्ट जब तक खरीदार नहीं रहा तो प्रोडक्ट बनाने का कोई मतलब नहीं रहेगा. जो प्रोडक्ट बनने के बाद जो कचरा कुंडे में फेंकने का है ना, तो अगर से उसको सही ढंग से अगर से आप करेंगे तो उसका लेने वाला भी, उसका वैल्यू लगाने वाला भी अच्छा है. तो दैट इज द वे वी हैव टू यूज इट. एंड एज ए associations, as a government, we are trying our level best to send the communication to every place. Even we are trying to give the knowledge to the young children. We are going to schools, telling them to how best we can inculcate the what you call, how to use the dustbins, how where to throw the plastics, how to throw the plastics, what is the value for the plastic. And in the college level, we are making the debates, making that whether to the plastic boon or ban. So that was the slogan we are taking, and we are asking them to write an essay rating. We are giving awards, cash awards. So we are trying our level best from the industry perspective as well as the association point of view. But unless until the mass people presentation, mass people active participation, things will not move on. So we would like to see on that line. So the presently the plastic industry is growing day by day in a double digit. As on date also, if you see whatever the scenario, the 10 to 12% is the minimum growth every year. So we foresee, as a plastic industry fraternity, we foresee that plastic industry has a very good growth. It is not only the requirement of the community, the Indian community. If you see the packaging, how it has grown, the common man, everybody, they are, the commodities they buy, the packaging is the main important now. After seeing the packaging, you buy the product. You are not seeing the product first, you are seeing the packing first.
packaging
So
is
packaging has grown in the trend.
first
So attraction of the product. So overall, when you see the plastic industry, more than 40% is going to the packaging industry, and another 15 to 20% going to the health industry. Health industry, if you see, there are a lot of commodities which is going to the health industry. I mean, for a blood sachet, glucose sachet, and syringes. These are all made of plastics.
Gloves also.
Gloves,
This is also
gloves, even the apron what they are making. If you see at the time of COVID, I think packaging, plastic packaging was the savior for the most of the things. Everything, whenever we used to give food to other people, we used to pack in a carry bag and give it to them, because there was no option to send it in a box or any sort of packaging. So this was the only best option. and industry is growing in length and breadth. If you see the automobile industry also to move faster, the continuation of usage of iron and steel has reduced drastically. Plastic is
They are
used
using.
in the vehicles, so that those days plastic was hardly 2 to 5%. Today, if I am not wrong, in imported cars, 40% of the plastic is consumed in that vehicle. So that not only reduces the cost of the vehicle, also it gives the more mileage, more faster. So that is the area it's working in automobile industry and packaging industry. And if you see the agriculture side, those days we used to see only the pipes for potable of water. But today, if you see, there are a lot of other activities taking place. Mulch film is taking place. Mulch film is one of the product where the water shortage is there. To conserve water, I mean, once we give the water to the plantation, to not to attract sunlight more, we put mulch film so that the moisture will be there in the bottom of the root, and the growth of the plant will be more comfortable. And you have sprinklers are there. You can see the less usage of water, and the crop will be yield will be more. So like that, agriculture sector, you name it, you will find plastic in the every sectorial. Even schooling, if you see tiffin boxes,
Yes.
water bottles, if you see the compass and everything, whatever the product today. So definitely I can say that
But
plastic.
nowadays they are preferring steel bottles and
Yeah, see
different.
that is the narrative of the some people saying that not to use plastic bottles and use steel bottles. So, for example, if you are using steel bottle, just open it. Inside there is a plastic. The closure what you are putting again a plastic. So when you wanted to use a steel bottle, why you are putting plastic inside? That means unless until plastic is not inserted into the threading side, the bottle will not be attracted. So definitely plastic will be used in one or the other way in each and every commodity. So no doubt we can reduce it by making a different formula. Banning is not the solution. What
Yes.
we wanted to say. Even everybody is today the cell phones.
Careful use भी एक हो सकता है. Use
Yes,
with carefully.
that is the reason the industry has come up with a formula: reduce, reuse, recycle.
Yes.
These are the formula which has been made. Reduce in the sense, suppose if you are making a water bottle, you don't throw it. Just try to carry it, use it for different purposes. There are a lot of other activities we can take. If you see sometimes in different digital platforms, the water bottle can be used for plantation.
Nowadays inside, if you will say, inside they are using steel total and outside they are using plastic. ऐसे जो है वो मजबूत भी रहता है एंड हेल्दी भी रहता है. They are
Yeah, there are a
using.
lot of things we are taking place. I mean, reducing is, there is no doubt we have to reduce. Reduce in the sense, it doesn't mean that banning. There are day by day applications are increasing. So requirement is going up. So we cannot reduce the plastic, but we can reuse it by different fashion method, and we can recycle it. And the recycled material can be used for different purposes. So this way we can move forward.
Okay.
And as on date, if I'm not wrong, those days we used to, manufacture with virgin material. Today, in our company, the virgin raw material is used less, and recycled granules are used more. I mean, that is the way we are trying to change our culture. So, recycling products are coming up, recycling taking place, and the government of India is also taken an initiative that whatever the product you are making, certain component, certain percentage of recycling material should be used. So, this way the new rules are coming up, and we are trying to switch over how best we can switch over to safeguard the national resources. If it doesn't use recycled material, 100% virgin material, you know that the plastics comes from the crude. Again, it is a national resource. So instead of using maximum crude, whatever the best you can use use it, and recycling material can be used for different applications wherever the possible. Even if you see the Coca-Cola bottles, today Coca-Cola, if I am not wrong, 40% of the Coca-Cola bottles is recycled bottles. If you see in European countries, even the mineral water bottles, small bottles of 200 ml, 500 ml, or recycled bottles, you will not find with a naked eye that is a recycled bottle. So that was a technology nowadays available. So
Yes.
this way we can move forward.
Okay, okay. Sir, you was the president of FTTCI also before. Then tell me that is FTTCI is a government organization or private
No,
organization?
FTCCI is in a body of like a NGO organization.
Okay.
NGO organization is it's not related to any environment side or any other side. NGO organization in the sense it is a community of industry, trade and commerce and manufacturing side. So these are the areas where we support these industries. Whenever the issues are there, we'll support the industry. Suppose for a trading community, if they have any technical issues, they bring to us. We'll address it to the departments, whichever the department, or we'll take it to the government. These are the issues we are facing by this particular community or particular industry. So it will be like a bridge between the government and the industry. So these are the areas where we work as an NGO organization.
And then how you contact with government and with contact with the other organizations like businesses
See,
and how?
our members are industry community members, traders, manufacturing people, service sector. These are all people are our members. They enroll as a member. They pay their subscription to this organization.
Okay.
To run this organization, we need subscription, small payment.
Okay.
Because if you see this organization, we have roughly 50 plus staff. They are all employed here. We pay salaries to them, and they are all supportive system.
Okay.
We as a president or the office bearers, we are all honorary people. As we know how to give the communication to the government department, because we are into the business side or the trade side, we know the problems of the industry and the trade, and we will be the best person to explain to the government officials. So I mean, if you have some problem, you will be the best judge to explain to other people. I cannot listen from my side and I can pass it to other people. So that is the way we can help the industry community and the government. We'll work together, government as well as these bodies. And this organization is almost 107 years old organization. If you see, this started in almost 1917 prior to the Andhra Pradesh government,
Yes.
when Hyderabad Deccan was there. At that time it was started. So like that, we have grown in that line.
Sir, what are the key functions of FTCCI?
Basically, we have all the sectorial and the trade community members, and we'll select all the members as a managing committee member, and out of that we'll select the president, senior vice president, and vice president, and those people will bond by the MC managing committee, and the managing committee will give directions to the office bearers to work on this line, to go to the government organizations for the requirement of the industry. And office bearers, with the support of the staff, they will narrate the format. They will give the representations. We'll format the representations. Accordingly, we'll present it to the government agencies by way of letterheads, by way of presentation, documented evidences and everything. And we'll show it to them what is the problems faced by the industry. And we'll also explain how it is damaging the government image in some cases, not regular, in some cases, or how the government revenue is getting lost in some cases. So these are the areas where we'll highlight to the government agencies. Then government will also understand the loopholes or whatever my negative points, which are within the parameter of the government. They'll try to help the industry community by giving the regular GOs or circulars to coordinate with the other agencies, so that the smooth running of industries. So like that we do all our activities, and we have got different what you call subcommittees For example, we have got tourism subcommittee, we have got industry subcommittee, we have got trade subcommittee, we have got GST subcommittee, we have got income tax subcommittee. So these subcommittees are managed and headed by the one of the managing committee member. So they're all knowledgeable people in that. And whenever a issue comes related to the GST, suppose if I as an industry person, this is my problem of GST, then those people, the managing committee person or the chairman of that particular committee, he will understand and he will take the help of other people and see that how best we can represent to the government agency, GST commissioner or GST officials, so that it will be very easy for them to understand in their language. In the sense, my problem I can give it to a doctor. Doctor is the right person to diagnosis and put forward. So that way we have got different committees, different subcommittees, and the trade and body will represent to that area, and those people will tell the government agencies these are issues, and accordingly the issues will be addressed by the government agencies.
Okay, sir. What are the main policy challenges faced by FTTCI?
See, policy challenges normally what we say to the government or any agency. If you are coming out with any circular GOs, which the government intended to do, they should come to the industry first, or the trade bodies, or the stakeholders, what I mean to say. So then they have to explain, this is the thing we wanted to bring. You will be having any issues. Then we can say, we can guide them. So that what happens, sometimes the government officials as a bureaucrat side or the administrative side, they will not understand the implication. After coming out of the GO, the negative points they will not understand. They come out of the GO. Then body will we will address and will go to the government. Sir, this happened. This is the negative points. These are the problems we'll be facing by coming out of this job. Then they will understand. Oh, this is a negative point. So they will try to address the corrections. So if they come to the body first, associations, and take the stakeholders, what you call their suggestions. We are not saying we at any taken point we will not oppose any government rules. We wanted to welcome government initiatives, provided that should be mutually understood by the both the people. Government agency, they wanted to come out with a GO purpose. What is that meaning? What is the reason for coming out? Then what is the issues related to the industry? When it rolled out, what will be the negative points or implication side issues? Then we'll come to a understanding. Any corrections is required. Like
आप लोग कभी कोई एडवाइस देते हो तो गवर्नमेंट सुनती है उसको?
99% सुनते हैं, जहाँ तक अभी तक जितना भी हो ना. बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली क्या है, government should come to the stakeholders first. Then we can give suggestions. Then corrections can be done. After coming out of the GO, corrections will not be done very easily because egos flows with the government agencies or bureaucrats. क्योंकि एक बार GO निकलने के बाद में GO को कैंसिल करके करेक्शन करने में थोड़ा तकलीफ होता है उनको भी. We can also understand their priorities and their points. But we only request every time the government, whenever you wanted to come out or roll out with the rules and regulations, please discuss with the industry people, and based on that, they can take the suggestions of the industry, and with a mutual understanding, we can move forward so that it can be easily implemented by the industry. We are also there to propaganda for the government side. Taking out the GO is not the final. Again,
without support of government, we can't run our business also.
Yes.
So, there is
So it should be win-win situation for both of the people.
Okay,
So we have to move forward togetherness. तो दो पहिया का जो रहता है ना, बोलते हैं ना कि उसके हिसाब से चलना चाहिए.
Okay, sir. Okay, how is the president of FTTCI elected?
As I rightly said initially, the total members, we have got a structure here. ABCD panel, ABCDE. A represents large scale industry, B represents associations, C represents corporate industry or trade, and D represents service people, advocates, and represents small scale sector. So these are the five categories we have. So the members, those who are into their activity, they will become the member in that particular group. And based on that, every year we have elections. So in that particular A, B, C, D, E, the members will be get elected by way of unanimity or by election, whatever the best method. We try to follow the best method. There is no कि भाई आप join हो जाओ, आप join हो जाओ, ऐसा नहीं. We have every time a tough time to make it a unanimity. Sometimes we go with elections. There was no option will be there. So the members will be elected in each and every panel. And based on that, the total members will elect the vice president first. The vice president this year will become senior vice president next year. The senior vice president the next year he will become the president. That means the very first year the vice president will be elected, and senior vice president and president will be the automatic stepping into the year by year. So every year we will be electing a vice president. So after third year he will become the president. That is the process we follow as and date.
Does president get salary or no?
No, it is totally honorary services. Sometimes even we spend our money from our pockets, because whenever we are doing some programs, we need some funds. We sponsor it. For example, when I was the president of the organization, if you wanted to do any programs, my company used to give a sponsorship for some other activities. So like that, we sponsor on that line. We support the programs, because every time we will not get money. Suppose if you wanted to do any so small seminar for the industry perspective, we will not charge much money. We'll charge simple equation like 300 to 500 rupees for only paperwork point of view. But everything will not get free of cost. Sometime we'll provide lunch, sometime we'll provide dinner, sometime we'll provide high tea. Everything it costs. So for this, the chamber cannot bear the charges. By sponsorship, we'll do, and we'll spend that money.
Okay, what qualifications or experience are expected from candidate for the FTTCI president?
So qualifications specifically, there is no specific qualifications.
Okay.
I mean, ऐसा नहीं है कि आपके पास एक डिग्री है तो आप कर सकते, नहीं तो आप मैनेजिंग कमेटी में नहीं आ सकते, ऐसा कोई नहीं है. But if you see the olden days, I'm talking about 1917, those days also the people, those were the president at that.
But sir, career education is not important. But if you are going to talk business people and government people, then एक communication के लिए if you are not educated, then how you can communicate
That's what I'm
the
saying.
right manner?
That's what I'm saying.
Huh.
If you see in 1917 also, I mean almost 105, 107 years back or 110 years back, those days also, if you see those time presidents and managing committee members, they used to talk very good English.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that they have passed with a degree or some sort. I mean, even if you see the present generation, those who are in LKG or UKG, they talk better English than us. I cannot say about you, but I can say that they talk better than me.
From childhood, they are learning this skill, because mamas are also
Yes.
talking in English.
So we are from the business community. We will be disseminating our issues to the clients, our customers. We'll be moving around in the market. Purchase will be there, marketing will be there. So we'll be knowing certain things. And 100% I cannot say that everybody is fluent in English and everybody is fluent in Hindi. Sometimes some presidents will have that sort of issues, but we'll try to manage the show.
We have many languages, तो हम पूरा तो सीख नहीं सकते हैं.
बस इतना है ना कि हैदराबाद में जो है, यहाँ पे मल्टी लैंग्वेज के हिसाब से अपन हिंदी भी बात किए ना तो आराम से चल जाएगा. और यहाँ पे जितने भी लोग हैं इंग्लिश के साथ साथ में ज़्यादातर हिंदी में बात करते हैं यहाँ पे. तो दैट इज़ मोर कन्वीनियंट फॉर एवरीबडी, इवन द गवर्नमेंट ऑफिशियल्स और द ट्रेड बॉडीज or any other this thing, unless until it's mandatory for foreign degrees coming, then we have to go for English. Otherwise, Hindi is a common language. We can be more comfortable for everybody. Okay, sir. Please tell me about your role as Senior Vice President of All India Plastic Manufacturer Association. As as you rightly said, initially we are talking the same line.
Yes.
How you can communicate to the government agencies, how you can explain the unless until you are not educated. So education is not more important here because I know what is the problem of the industry.
Yeah.
Then it is very convenient for me to explain to them. Being an educated, I can talk in English. That's only the plus point. Otherwise, also I can communicate to the officials. So
अगर आप ज़्यादा पढ़े लिखे नहीं फिर भी इंग्लिश में बात कर सकते हैं.
correct. So
Just
when we are talking about the plastic industry, as you said, as I said, since 1973 we are into the plastic industry,
Yes.
and my family was into the background of the plastic industry. When I joined in 85, 86 into the industry, and full-fledged 89, 90 full-fledged I took as a director and I started working. Up to 2000, I was fully concentrating on my industry growth. I mean, how best I can grow, how best I can increase my capacities. So after 2000, 2001, when the first environment issue started, then I involved in the association, in the state level association. That was Andhra Pradesh Plastic Manufacturers Association.
Okay.
That was also a very old organization. I mean, it was started in 1957, 67. So in that, I used to attend regularly. We used to argue with the NGOs to why should not we ban the plastic. So we used to counter them. Government officials used to sit across, and they used to we used to address what is a plus point, minus point, negative points, everything we used to do. Since then, I have got very good grip on the plastic environment side and how best we can address the government agencies. So I used to address the government agencies regularly. I used to meet government officials, irrespective of the environment, other issues also.
Sir, according to my knowledge, here government, Andhra Pradesh that time also, now Telangana also, government is very business friendly, I think. They are listening because other from other states also they are coming and अपना बिजनेस
Establish.
शुरू करते हैं and they are getting support. ऐसा उनको सपोर्ट अपने स्टेट में भी नहीं मिल पाता है.
बराबर.
तो ये भी एक अच्छा मतलब आप कम्युनिकेट करते हो, आप बताते हो कि नहीं दिस इज द रीजन, देन दे विल अंडरस्टैंड.
दे विल अंडरस्टैंड. से अल्टीमेटली क्या है, अपने को आपके शू में हम लोगों को बैठ के आपको समझाना पड़ेगा. It is not that whatever I am saying is 100% correct. Sometimes it may be wrong.
Yes.
But
both should talk and be clear
so
what is the right.
we have to understand. We have to give the requirement of the industry in front of the officials, and government should also understand the requirement of the industry and what is the revenue generated, what is the negative points out of it. Obviously, we can address the negative points. How to substitute the negative points. Like that, we used to counter NGOs those days. So NGOs in general, I mean, I'm not very fussy to talk about those people because they simply come and raise the issue, raise the voice, and the general, the media people will make the headlines, plastic banned. But actually it's banned something else, they put headline as a plastic ban. So that was the negative perception of the thinking. So like that we used to coordinate with the government agencies. And being an educated person, I was well versed with the commercial taxes like GST. Those days AP GST was the then. So I was very little bit knowledgeable on the subject rules and regulations. I was very familiar with the pollution control board rules and regulations. So I was whenever they talk in the rules and regulation, I used to counter on these lines. So I was very much what you call say whenever we sit across the any individual or any government officials, when we talk in the rule side, so they'll refer the rule, what is rule says. When I'm talking the rule which was framed by the government agencies, and we are within the framework of that government rules, so they will understand correctly. So that was a plus point for me, especially to move forward with the government agency very closely. So right from those days, 2001 onwards, I used to be a very closely associated with all the government officials, right from the smallest level of the officer to the biggest level of the officer, including the chief ministers of the states. We used to move very closely. We used to explain them our requirements. They used to understand our requirements, and luckily, so in 2004, 2005, the Andhra Pradesh Plastic Manufacturers have Andhra Pradesh Plastic Manufacturers Association. They elected me as a president in 2004, and I was the highest president. I was there for more than 7 years because addressing the government agencies, I was very at the forefront, giving the ideas to the government agencies, supporting the government, simultaneously the industry. So it was like a second home for me. Government agencies is like a second home for me. So even the association people appreciated my work. So like that, I was more than 7 years as a president in the organization. And the way I used to work, whenever the issues related in the south, so they used to call me. So in South India, I used to address the issues overallly. I used to work within the framework of the rules and regulations. I never gone behind the rules and regulations. Sometimes that government may not be, I cannot say that they are not well versed in subject. I mean, we have to remind them, sir, this is the rule and these people are within the limits of the rule. So that sort of support system I used to do. I was in Pollution Control Board as a task force member. I used to support the Pollution Control Board in giving the technicalities, industry perspective thinking, industry requirements, and technical side I used to support them. So like this, I have learned lot of things by way of
सर बहुत सारी कंपनियां हैं जो नेशनल लेवल पे हैं, स्टेट लेवल नेशनल लेवल, बहुत जो प्रोडक्ट है इनका, तो यहाँ की जो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट है आप लोगों को इनसे कितना सपोर्ट मिल पाता है नेशनल?
यहाँ का स्टेट गवर्नमेंट जहाँ तक मेरे को मैं देख रहा हूँ prior to the
present government like Revant Reddy ji
even
and before.
even I am talking about prior to the 2000 also I am saying. I mean way back to even my unit was inaugurated in 1970 by then Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, J. Vengal Rao Garu. So we used to have a very good relation with the politicians and we had a good rapport with the officials. And whenever we had been to the officials, any government I can say, I am not talking about politics, the parties, any government, chief minister or bureaucrats, they have support industry 95%. There is no doubt, I can say 100%, but sometimes.
Because they want growth, no?
Yeah, they want growth.
Yes.
So you can see the growth also, how best, I mean, those days also the growth was there.
सर ये अभी ट्रम्प टैरिफ लगा रहे हैं हर जगह पे, तो कितना प्रभाव पड़ेगा भारत का, इंडिया का?
हमारे हिसाब से आई एम जस्ट कमिंग विद अ ब्रॉडर पर्सपेक्टिव. आज की तारीख में आई एम वेरी ओपन इन सेइंग दिस, आज की तारीख में इंडिया को कोई भी हिला नहीं सकते.
Why?
We have self-sufficient. We have grown big.
Due to population?
See, population is the second point.
Because consuming power we have much. No?
Consuming power is also different. The present generation, if you see, the way we, I mean, present our issues,
Yes.
the way we
handle
the situations. I mean, I am not, I don't want to bring politics into this, but definitely we are very comfortable zone. Even the next recession comes in worldwide, India will not get affected. And regarding this tariff and everything, it is only a phased manner. Definitely, India will not get affected with this tariff. But still, there are a lot of time is there to, I mean, adjust for the things. So it will take some more time to neutralize all the process. So I am confident, I am very confident that India will not get affected with the tariff or any other recessions. We are comfortable zone, we are growing, we will grow. In general, we will grow.
क्लोज करते हैं हमें. थैंक यू वेरी मच सर, आपका HYBIZTV से जुड़ने के लिए और इतनी अच्छी
जानकारी. Thank you very much and I appreciate your time and this thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.